Good morning or good evening or wherever you are. I don't know. It's about 3:15 a.m. I'm in Bali. Maybe not the best time to be making a video because I'm not sure how clear my thoughts are, but I just have been thinking about this. A buddy of mine was just posting on Instagram recently about, some atrocities that are happening to his people in his country, and this is not new. I mean, my girlfriend's Armenian, and so her family was posting a bunch of stuff as well, and it just kind of got me, thinking because he was really deeply upset about the stuff that's going on in the world, and it just sort of made me think about just the internet, you know. I feel like part of the problem in this world is that, and don't worry, I'm not just gonna talk about problems and not give any solution. That always sucks when people do that. They just share about oh, this is what's wrong, and then the video ends. But yeah, part of the problem with this world is that there's a shit ton of people everywhere, and B, we're not living in a time where our days are consumed with survival. You know what I mean? Where are we gonna find shelter? Where are we gonna find food? And how are we gonna avoid the predators that are wanting to make us their food? You know? We're not living in that urgency. All those things that were basically launching us into the moment and having us be present and aware of what's happening in front of us and blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are living really sedentary lives, they're working behind desks, or, they're doing kind of busy work jobs that really have no purpose. And, except for just to keep them busy and, they get a paycheck, of course. But so there's that, which gives us too much time to think, too much time to analyze, too much time to get sort of wrapped up in whatever's going on around us. And then there's also too much information with the internet, we're bombarded with so much stuff that really has nothing to do with our direct life. I mean, literally you can go on the internet and you can find really fucked up shit that people are doing all over the world all of the time. Either it's fucked up shit they're doing to each other, shitty things they're doing to animals, shitty things they're doing to the environment, whatever. I mean, you can find it. It's out there. It's happening. That's what's going on in the world. And it's really easy. I know, Jacques. Sorry, that's my cat. He's chiming in and he's like, yeah, this is bullshit. I mean, it's easy to get wrapped up in that stuff, and at some point, it's we need to make a conscious decision if we want happiness, to bring ourselves back to the reality of right now. What's happening right now? Right now, I'm talking to my phone, right? My cat is cruising into this video. He wants to be a part of life. He's complaining about shit, but it's not the end of the world. Right now, it's raining outside of my house. I'm in Bali. Nothing's going on right now. Everything is super chill, and the only thing that I'm gonna get upset about is if I decide to pull something into my life that's not right now, and that happened to me a couple of weeks ago. There was this whole thing in Indonesia or in Bali with this, girl, Kristen Gray or whatever, doing some stuff that a lot of people that I was surrounded by, the Indonesian people, were kind of got on this bandwagon of deport her, get her out of the country, she's doing illegal stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not gonna get into the details of that or whether or not I think it's illegal or what do I think about the thing. But what I will talk about is that, I made the conscious decision to read all the comments of, people who were Indonesian, even Balinese friends of mine, who were writing shit fuck the bule trash, get rid of the bule trash. Bule means foreigner or tourist or white person or whatever, Westerner, and just sort of this really negative, basic feeling about foreigners in Bali. And I have to say, like, when I was literally pulling that into my life, now granted, nothing in my day-to-day changed, right? When I went outside and I, said hello to the people who own the land that I live on, like, it was all smiles. When I go to the laundry place, it's all smiles. When I go to the gym, it's all smiles. When I go to the supermarket, it's all smiles and love and compassion and like kindness and everything. None of that changed. But my mind changed a little bit. And it's because I was pulling like that attitude, and I was just like starting to feel skeptical when I was riding my bike. Like, do these people really fucking hate me? Is there just hatred underneath all these smiles? There's this silent resentment is finally like bubbled to the surface, and like these people want me out of here, And I just stopped and I was like, what are you doing, Michaelis? These are the stories that like we write in our heads that depart from the reality of our moment and what's actually happening, And so when my friend was talking to me about the stuff, I was just like, what can you do about it? What can you do about what's going on in your home country? What can you actually do? Is it more important for you right now to just focus on your family that's in front of you or whatever's in front of you and be the loving and kindness blessing to whatever's in front of you? Because that other stuff, that stuff that's like way out here, the stuff that we're inundated with when we like, get on that Google, is bigger than us. It's bigger than what's even in our power, And really what I constantly realize is that the only thing that I can really focus on is what's in front of me without it actually being a story. And the only way that I can really make sure that I'm in that moment is really looking at, okay, cool, entering each moment with that purpose. And what is my purpose? Of course, the purpose that gives me like the most energy, the purpose that gives me the most fulfillment, the purpose that like makes me feel the happiness is always like, how can I be a blessing to this moment? And it's always that simple. It's never more complicated than that. So, moral of the story is like, if you are bringing drama or negativity into your life, if you're actually making the conscious decision, this is something you have to decide for yourself by pulling it out from things that aren't actually in front of you, and it's uncomfortable, stop. It's that simple. Stop doing it. Change the perspective, because as soon as you change the perspective and you look at what's in front of you, like, you get to change about how you feel about everything. And again, like I talked about with that pause before, it's like once you change how you feel, you get to change your experience. Once I decided to drop that rock of like, oh, these, Balinese people fucking hate me, like, it all went back to normal. I was launched back into the moment. I saw what was in front of me, and like I felt the kindness back again. It's amazing like how much power a thought has, and it's really about like being able to be aware that it's not real. It's just thinking, it's just a feeling. Feelings are not based in reality, and snapping ourselves out of it. And if we don't know how to snap out of it, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that can help you find a new perspective. It's that simple. So I hope that this helps somebody. I don't know, it's late or it's early or whatever for me. And I love you guys. Keep shining.